Most people think their blood type only matters during an emergency. A blood transfusion, a surgery, maybe donating blood. Then they forget about it for the rest of their lives. But what if that small letter on your medical record has been quietly revealing important clues about your health for decades? Not your fate, not a guarantee, but valuable signs your body has been giving you all along. Those clues may help explain why one person develops heart disease while another struggles with digestive problems, or why memory seems to fade faster in someone who otherwise appears perfectly healthy. Today, we'll explore what your blood type may be telling you long before symptoms appear, and, more importantly, what you can do to protect your future health. Because understanding your biology only becomes valuable when it helps you live longer and healthier. A few years ago, a 62-year-old retired engineer came into my clinic. He wasn't sick, or at least that's what he believed. He exercised on weekends. His cholesterol looked acceptable, and he rarely missed a doctor's appointment. Yet something bothered him. "I don't feel like myself anymore," he told me. His energy had slowly disappeared. His digestion had become unpredictable. He assumed it was simply aging. His family blamed retirement. But neither explanation turned out to be correct. After a few conversations and several routine medical tests, we discovered risks that had been quietly developing for years. Nothing dramatic, nothing obvious, just small biological tendencies that, if ignored, could eventually become serious disease. That experience reminded me of an important lesson. Many illnesses don't begin with pain. They begin with patterns. After more than 20 years caring for adults over 50, I've noticed something surprising. People often search for one magical diet, one miracle supplement, or one perfect exercise routine. But longevity rarely depends on a single habit. Instead, it comes from understanding how your own body responds to stress, inflammation, nutrition, and aging. Your blood type is only one piece of that puzzle, but sometimes it's an incredibly useful one. Think of it as the operating manual your body was born with. Every engine is designed to run, but different engines need different maintenance. Some naturally resist certain problems, while others require extra attention in specific areas. Scientists continue studying how different blood groups may influence inflammation, blood clotting, immune responses, and disease risk. The important word is risk. Risk is not destiny. It simply tells us where we should pay closer attention so we can act before problems become serious. Before we continue, I want to make one thing very clear. No blood type guarantees a long life, and no blood type guarantees disease. I've treated patients with every blood type who reached their 80s in excellent health. The difference wasn't luck. It was awareness. They understood their bodies and acted early. One of the biggest differences between blood types involves how easily blood forms clots. For some people, this provides natural protection against bleeding. For others, it may slightly increase the chance of clots forming inside blood vessels over time. The problem is that blood clots usually develop silently. You don't feel them forming. You only notice the consequences: a heart attack, a stroke, or sudden chest pain. Fortunately, researchers have found that lifestyle plays a much bigger role than many people realize. Daily walking, maintaining healthy blood pressure, and controlling diabetes often matter far more than genetics alone. I remember a patient who believed his family history meant a heart attack was inevitable. But after losing weight, improving his sleep, and bringing his blood pressure under control, he stayed healthy for many years. Your genes may load the dice, but your daily habits still determine many of the outcomes. Many people believe stomach discomfort always comes from spicy food. Not necessarily. Your digestive tract is home to trillions of bacteria, and some blood groups appear to interact differently with certain microbes and inflammatory responses. That doesn't mean your blood type causes ulcers, but it does mean persistent digestive symptoms deserve attention. Ignoring bloating, recurring stomach pain, unexplained nausea, or frequent indigestion for months is never a good strategy. Simple medical tests can often identify treatable conditions before lasting damage develops. Sometimes the biggest improvement in your health begins with finally asking the right question instead of waiting for symptoms to disappear. Imagine your immune system as a security guard. Some guards react immediately, while others observe before taking action. Neither approach is automatically better. Both have strengths and weaknesses. Some people naturally experience stronger inflammatory responses, while others may become vulnerable in different ways. That's why two people exposed to the same infection can recover very differently. Supporting your immune system doesn't require expensive supplements. For most adults, it starts with enough sleep, regular movement, nutritious meals, recommended vaccinations when appropriate, and properly managing chronic medical conditions. Those basics remain incredibly powerful. Inflammation is one of the most misunderstood processes in medicine. Short-term inflammation helps your body heal, but long-term inflammation slowly damages healthy tissue. You usually can't feel it, yet over many years it may contribute to heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, and even cognitive decline. That's why routine blood work matters. If your healthcare provider recommends checking markers related to inflammation or cardiovascular risk, don't ignore that advice. Early information gives you options. Waiting until symptoms appear often limits those options. Prevention almost always offers the greatest advantage. Here's something many people don't expect me to say. The healthiest patients I've treated weren't necessarily born with the best biology. They simply built better routines. They walked after dinner, kept medical appointments, stayed socially connected, slept consistently, and avoided smoking. Small habits created remarkable results over time. I'm curious, do you already know your blood type? And has your own health experience matched what you've heard about it? Share your story in the comments. I read them carefully, and your experiences often inspire future videos that may help others facing similar challenges. If you're over 50, here are 5 conversations worth having with your healthcare provider. Confirm your blood type if you don't already know it. Review your blood pressure and cholesterol regularly. Ask whether additional blood tests fit your personal history. Discuss persistent digestive symptoms, and create an exercise and sleep plan you can realistically maintain. The encouraging news is that modern medicine is better than ever at identifying risk before disease develops. Lifestyle changes work. Blood pressure can improve. Inflammation can decrease. Fitness can return. Your future isn't written by one laboratory result. It's shaped by the choices you continue making every day. One gentleman I cared for began making tiny changes after learning he had several risk factors. Nothing extreme. He walked every morning with his wife, replaced sugary drinks with water, and slept an extra hour each night. A year later, his blood pressure improved. He had lost weight, and he smiled as he said, "I finally feel in control." Your blood type may describe where the road begins, but your daily choices decide where it ends. Today we learned that blood type offers valuable clues about your health, yet it's only one piece of a much larger picture. Watch for silent risks, pay attention to persistent symptoms, and always choose prevention over waiting for disease. If you found this video helpful, leave your blood type in the comments and tell us one healthy habit you've committed to this year. Share this video with someone over 50 who deserves to understand their health a little better. And if you enjoy evidence-based health content explained in plain English, consider subscribing so you don't miss our next discussion.